Hi, YouTube. Please excuse my lighting. I'm chilling in the dark almost because it was 92 in the shade today. So it just feels good to not have many lights on. I thought I'd get on here and just chit chat for a while with you, see what everybody's up to. If you want to tell me, if you don't, that's okay too. You know, I'll tell you what's on my mind always. You know, that's a fact. Um, Anyway, so it's a pretty nice evening. It's sort of chilling out. Of course, the sun went down, and that's what happens. But I was really surprised the lack of empathy or concern out of my own family members. For, I write, well, I asked for a divorce. One person said, "Wow." Another said, "That's what my mom did," and another one put a heart on there. I'm thinking, wow, everybody cares so much. 30 years of my life. Wow. So compassionate. I was amazed. But really, I wasn't, this isn't the topic of my video today. It's just what's going on in my life. But the topic of my video today is lizards and tigers and bears. Oh my. Or what's that? Lizards and bad people and aliens. Oh, yeah. Um, I've noticed people would rather believe that bad people are lizards than admit the fact that these are just sick puppies. These are weird, sick. Oh, look at the. Maybe it'll come out better than what it's looking all grainy. It's weird, but that's okay. That's all right anyway. Yeah, I'm well, I haven't been sleeping the greatest, so I look all grainy and weird anyway. So, but I mean, um, I don't ever really sleep all that great. You know, different things going on. Health wise or whatever. So, yeah. But I was watching Bruce Seasall. He's another one that gets them dark circles. But if you spend a lot of time of your life not sleeping, it shows. You know, so maybe some people it's just their heritage too or genetics, but yeah, not on my in my case. So, but yeah, so like David Icke pushing the Archon thing, and if that's what they want to call, well, he knows that's the fallen angel bloodline, the Luciferian agenda and whatnot. But he's not really putting it in the sense that they're just god awful people. Like I say, people would rather believe in lizards and aliens than the fact that the churches and the media and everybody is saying and doing things to control you, you know? We all know that. I think on YouTube we're pretty savvy with that point. But I mean, the people in the world, just the regular people, like your relatives and whatnot, it's amazing how many of those don't really have a clue. Or if they do, like they're just catching on, like geoengineering, I call geopollution. It's just the way that these factories can pump more crap in the atmosphere by selling it to airlines and just dumping the heavy metals on us than pouring it out their smokestacks, that you see in the cities, just pouring out all that crap. Well, there's only so much that they can do, and the governments are saying no, but are they really? And where does all that waste go? And if they want to make more money and more, if they have like, if they're a textile company, if they're making like rugs or clothes or whatever, and they want to work through the night and have 3 shifts, you can tell me that their waste products from them, dyes or whatever they're using, um, that they're not going to have more of it, and then it will become illegal. So they'll have to find a way to sneakily put that somewhere on the planet or in the air without getting caught, so the people won't scream at them. So it's easier for them to call it geoengineering, and it's easier for people to believe that there's some kind of different species than it is to face the facts that we're just all being lied to in a big way in every area of our lives. Every single, there's not anything unscathed, not your food, not your schools, not your clothes, not your medicines, your shampoos, everything in the world, you better believe it. The books you read, the libraries, everything, it's all contrived and controlled by what they want you to see or not. And that's true. That's the biggest truth right there. And the churches, they are the biggest liars. They're the most disgusting. See, the Pope was kissing some Muslim on the lips. Um, no, even in Italy, it's one side or the other, like in France or something, and you don't really even smooch. But these people were just like right on. Whoa, unbelievable. Yeah, disgusting. So it's a part of the agenda, of course it is. Love your fellow man or woman, right? Oh my God. You know, I don't have to ask what's next because it's not that anything's new under the sun. It's just more prevalent. It's more out in the open. It's not that people are coming out of the closet. It's being totally shoved down our throats and influencing our children. So, yeah, all the crap. The pollution, like I say, they're calling it something else to make it seem something else. Just like the fluoride is a poison, rat poison. Put it in the toothpaste to get rid of it. It's a waste product. Let's put it in stuff and get rid of it. Shampoos, all kind, even food. There's fluoride in certain foods, um, and they legally get away with it because our governments don't care, you know. So, but you'll see more and more the agenda of the lizard people being pushed, and so-called Anunnaki and all that, even more so than before. In fact, it will probably go mainstream, more mainstream, that, oh, I saw the cutest post I sent around, there's a new species, there's um, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and what was that? The fourth one doesn't hear, see, or speak. So, yeah, that was cute. But, yeah. And then new species, human ape hybrids that they have. And I mean, you know, no, 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 thank you. I think we have enough trouble with the human beings that are supposed to be so large minded and above all the animals in the world, and they seem to have real major problems even functioning, so. Oh, and I will say my apologies for my bad language yesterday. Some of you really didn't need to hear that. Some of you might have. But anyway, I regretfully spoke out of my nature. Really, it isn't. It isn't really. I mean, I do love to swear. I do. Okay, so yeah, that was not true. I love to swear. I really do. But I don't love how it makes me look. So I guess maybe I don't love to swear. Yeah, I'm sorry. so, so damn it. Now that that's over, so, you know what I mean. Dropping the f bomb. It's not too kosher. Yeah. Anyway, oh, I don't know. Not a whole lot going on today. I went out and started Dusty, my horse. If you don't know her name, some do. I went out and started her bonfire so she could get the bugs off her, and she appreciated it. Give her some grain, and she sat there and had a mouthful of grain and just let it kind of drip onto the fire, the smoke. I try not to get it hot so she can get all smoked up, and yeah, yeah, she loves it. Well, I didn't realize how hot it was till I got out there and I was doing stuff. It's like, dang, it's hot. So I looked at it and 92 and really humid. I thought it was going to rain earlier. I heard a bunch of thunder, but there wasn't anything. So yeah. Now they're pushing the holograms in the sky, and they'll be pushing the alien bombings and the asteroids hitting the Earth like they've been trying to anyway. You know, yeah, all the blow 'em up tactics. And that's all they can do is blow shit up. You know, they talk about, okay, when's the last time you saw a laser gun? Have you ever bought one? Do you know of anybody that's had one? Have you ever seen one in person? Laser pointers, yes, but they talk about all this technology that they have. You know, gonna be hearing a lot of bullshit pushed mainstream coming up shortly here. I wouldn't doubt that they do take the internet offline quite a bit and then nail the average person out there with local television and just feed you a bunch of baloney. You know, I'm sure that's exactly what they'll do. Part of their agenda. You know, they skip Agenda 2020 and just like flip to 2030 now. So, yeah, the heck with 2020. They jumped in time. You know what? Even if you tell somebody it's 4 o'clock and it's not, it's still the time that God says it is. So, you know, you see what I'm saying? So they can go ahead and flip ahead in time and try and fool people, but it doesn't really matter because if you have that inner clock, you know, it's an actual thing. So, yeah. I used to tell, I had 2 dogs. I'd tell them come back in 2 cartoon times. I'd let them out in the morning and they'd go down by the river, Muffin and Spanky. And if I said 1 cartoon time, that meant 15 minutes because I had to get ready to go somewhere and stuff. So, yeah, smart dogs. Anyway, but that's how I teach my kids too to tell time when they were really tiny. It was called cartoon times. For 15 minutes was 1 cartoon. So if it was 2 cartoon times, they could play for a half hour. And if it was a whole day of cartoons, they were pretty good, you know. So yeah. But my dogs were as smart as the kids, dang near. No, well they weren't, but yeah. Oh yeah. Really smart though, yeah. But, yeah, I've been lucky. I had some really intelligent dogs and cats. Oh, my cat just wiggled her head like, ugh. Yeah, talk about the dog. I just talked about you too. I can't say her name or she'll be all up in my face and everything. It's like, nah, some of you know I'll give her a smooch before I take a shower or something, but I just can't handle that rubbing all over and everything. It's like, oh, she's got Doug's cat Bob will rub on him or the dog. Her dog is her best friend too, so yeah, they go kiss each other. That's all cool. But these people that let their dogs like lick all over them and everything, it's like if you knew the worms that parasites that I mean we carry parasites, the parasites that the dogs and cats or horses, I mean, and people pet their dogs, pet their cats, don't even think about washing their hands, all this stuff. It's like, wow. And I will affiliate that with health problems, weight issues, a lot of different things. I'm serious. I used to, when I first started nursing, I asked, well, my ma had cancer, and I said, "Did you know that it's contagious?" "No, it's not, Barbara." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay, whatever." And I had already studied a bunch of stuff into the contagions of the bug itself, the different bugs, but how they would mutate and whatever. And I told a cousin of mine not to take a bed that her mom had that my mom had slept in. I said I wouldn't if I were you, but she wouldn't listen to me. She got sick. So I don't know. Whatever. Sometimes people just don't listen to people that know stuff, you know? So, yeah. Anyway. So, oh yeah, and I mean, the vaccines, all this crap they're pushing on people. I mean, insect DNA and Cocker Spaniel stuff in a vaccine. You're going to shoot it in your baby? It's like, no, no. Unbelievable. But the coldness of people in general is what amazes me. How self centered and selfish are people that they don't express themselves. They're just not genuinely loving. They have to force themselves to be, it's like, I did put a post on my Facebook, are you just cold or were you raised that way? I was raised, I wrote, by filthy people that hid, and I'm warm. I have warmth, so anyway, them people were monsters. Most people couldn't survive a day even coming over to visit. True story. I had normal friends in the neighborhood. They weren't even allowed to come over and play. I could go over their house, but they really didn't even want me in because of my parents. It's true. So I had all my music and my flute, guitar, playing the organ. Um, I had people through the church and youth groups, which, whatever, it was sort of boring. And then I had my Bluebirds and Campfire Girls, and then I started, like, at least that was fun. We'd go out, like, camping and hiking and building fires, all the stuff I like to do, swimming, canoeing. So, but for the most part, people are really ungenuine and cold hearted and incredibly boring. Most people that I'm either related to or know personally. Um, I've always been the type of person that I would find something to do in a day. Um, my imagination, I could think of things to do. If I left it up to them, people I hung around with, I'd still be sitting on the couch with them, wondering what we're going to do with our day. So, yeah, anyway. I don't know if I'm like being boastful or complaining. I'm just telling you, really how people are. If I get bored around here real bad, which I don't usually because I always have plenty to do, but I can literally walk up the road and find all kinds of agates or stones or gems. And there's all kinds of stuff to do. In fact, today I found some flowers. I think they're bachelor buttons. I'll have to check. But I had planted them in a bed a couple of years ago, and they're biennial, so they come up every other year. I think they must be. Or me. No, I don't think they were up last year. But there they were today. There was a whole bunch of these really pretty purple, and they had like spiky things coming out of them all over. And yeah, really cool. I didn't think to smell them. Maybe tomorrow before I gotta come in and wash up because with allergy, with hay fever, you don't really want to go snorting a bunch of flowers. It's probably not a good idea. And I didn't do it with my roses this year. Y'all probably know that's been here for a while that I'll grab my roses and at least put one in a vase, but I like to put a whole bunch where they look, they're the pink old fashioned, the best smelling ones on the planet, and just make a great big old mound of them and bring them in the house. I was watching a lady today, something Holler, Holler. That's her last name, I think. Well, anyway, kind of a soft spoken lady about my age, and she was making rose water, and she uses it like for dark spots and rinsing her excuse me, rinsing her hair. And she said like in the Middle East and whatnot, they used it in cooking and stuff, and she said I don't think I would do that. And I almost wrote, oh, I had a tiny little jar one time of rose hips jam, and I'm one like strawberry preserves is like my favorite thing for a jam or jelly, and that rose hips was just as good, if not. Oh man, it was incredible. I had, how you get like a gift that has like all them little tiny jellies and crackers or cheese or sausage, or it was some gift I had gotten, like maybe tea and little tea cakes, or and jams. So, and I had like mint basil and different ones that I wasn't really. Oh, the currant, I have currants out there, but not too many to really make anything. I have the red currants, but I can clone them. I gotta, maybe one of these years, depends. But that depends on what's going on. So, anyway, but yeah, I really wouldn't hesitate. And then there's rose hips tea. I wouldn't hesitate putting rose water in a recipe. I would have to see if, oh, I don't think I would be allergic to it because, well, I don't know. It was many years ago when I tried that rose hips jam. So, or it was jelly rather. It was clear. But yeah. I don't know. Be something to investigate. Some years I have a lot of roses. Well, there's some, oh, there are olive trees and different things growing up in my biggest spot. And I've got some others, and then there's wild roses around here too. And oh, I just found out something today that was really interesting. There's a raceway that we go to. It's in Brainerd, Minnesota. BIR Brainerd, or BI yeah BIR Brainerd International Raceway, and club that we belong to, the Minnesota Street Rod Association, rents out the whole thing for a weekend, and then we just go out there and run our cars and hang around and socialize and whatever, kind of kick around Brainerd. And it's not the biggest city, you know, one of the bigger ones up north, but a little more northern than I think it's about, let me see, I'm going to say somewhere near 100 miles north of me. But there's this guy named Jonathan Click, I guess, or Kleck. I've watched him like once or twice, but he lives up in Brainerd. Well, I just thought that was kind of interesting because he's like, oh, let me say this gracefully, a funny ass preacher. For real. Talk about click. I clicked on and clicked off like wax on, wax off. Bye, dude. One of them. So, but I saw some clips on Robin's Hood that he had of the dude off and on, and the same with this SJD. I ended up watching a couple videos lately, but I had just stopped watching the dude. But then I'll see him on somebody else's channel and then see what's going on anyway. But I mean, usually if especially if somebody's just trying to scam people and I bring it to people's attention, then that person gets mad at me and wants to call me names and shit. Hey, go for it. I don't care. I really don't. Go ahead. They can call me anything they want to call me. And I'll say, even call me late for supper because I don't care. I can go without eating for a very long time. Probably much longer than they ever could. Yeah, you know that saying, call me this or call me that, but don't call me late for supper. It's like, whatever. Some people need to be called late for supper. Some people were called, oh no, I won't say, I'm not saying nothing mean. My cat just tried to get all squishy. You stay down there. But yeah. So, anyway. Yeah, I almost went there. On the mean train for a second there. Anyway. I started watching J.A. Tony Clark. If you see this, part of the spandex wearing freaks back in the day. Yeah, I could have really done without their hair and their spandex for real. I didn't even poof up my hair back in the day, so quit now, damn it. Stay there. So, yeah, she gets jealous. And anyway. Yeah, I think she just hot. She's laying in the fan and she's got this weird look on her face. You just stay there and behave yourself. I've had it with you. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say to next person that's mean with me on here. Yeah. Just stay there. I've had it with you. have my PC on over there for a little bit of light. I was listening to a little bit of Lionel Nation, and depends on what he's talking about too. Um, I like answering his questions better on Facebook than I do actually listening to his. I mean, I like hearing him, especially when he's in a funny mood, but that's hard to be all the time. So I like giving him these one word question answers to his questions. Like he had the question, one thing that could be addicting. I said the truth. And then, and I made a video and said, and liars too, they get addicted to that. They do. I've seen it. But I never bought oh, he says it so much that he believes it himself. No, no. They say it so much it they just elaborate on it or makes it easier for them to spit it out. That's all that is. Oh, I just had fish sandwiches today with lots of lettuce. That's it. Oh, no, and some yogurt and strawberries, and the strawberries were terrible. They were Walmart ones, which is really odd because their blueberries are so good this year. So, yeah, yeah, yuck. Some of them tasted okay, but then I'd take another bite and it tasted kind of like metal. So I don't know if that was something they grew it in or how they cut the tops off or what it was. But they were frozen, so I just put them in the microwave for a minute just to kind of thaw them a little bit and put my yogurt on there. And they were pretty yucky. But we got a bunch more. I got a bag up tomorrow. Doug had brought home and sliced them all up, so I'll probably help him wash them and bag them up. Maybe. I might just let them rot too. I don't know. Or throw them out to the birds. I don't know what's going to happen to them, to tell you the truth. Depends on what tomorrow sounds like, you know. But day by day. You guys know that song? Guys, here I go again. Ladies and gentlemen, people, folks. You know that song? Day by day. It's a pretty song. Not singing it tonight. Maybe sometime. No. Yeah. Well, yesterday was just a jam-packed day of music. I might have told you I started out, or maybe I didn't. I started my day with Man in a Box by Alice in Chains, and then I went to Radiohead Creep, and usually I listen to Godsmack's Voodoo, but didn't want to. Then I listened to a bunch of Coldplay, and I listened to, what's that, Soul Asylum December. Um, Collective Souls December. That is a really great song. I love it, love it. And then a bunch of Coldplay. I think I already said that, but that's kind of my go-to every kind of genre Coldplay has. I don't know if they have a song. I really don't know, you know. So, I mean, really, really don't know. There's only one thing that bugs me is I could probably play their song Ghost Stories on my guitar. That's not a problem. But there's this one part that has, well, it's like, I forget the name of it now. It's a certain kind of maraca. There's just a name for what it is. but it's a death maraca. If somebody knows what I'm talking about, a musician, you, percussion, you might know what I'm talking about. But the drummer, Will Champion, he's sitting there, he's got that, and then just seamlessly has his sticks and starts, you know, jamming. And I'm like, dang, that was so seamless, you know. And they might have spliced it in there, but I don't think so. I mean, I imagined how I could have done it, and it could have been done if you had set it like right on your left leg, played it, and then your drumsticks right there, and seamlessly switched right into the tune, right on beat. It was so incredible. It is. It's so I could play the song, but I don't have that to make it real. You know what I mean? And the drums, yeah. That's a big part too. But yeah, anyway, it's I love that song. I usually listen to ghost ghost stories. That's like really I can relate to that song. So, well, I don't know if I'll be on here tomorrow. I'll just have to see how things are going. I thought about it earlier today, and it's just like, oh, I was too hot and I had too much to get done. And so I took my time doing everything, and oh, I worked on my computer a lot too. I had videos. I wonder if anybody had the same problem, but they kept saying, and it wouldn't play. And it would say, your browser needs to be updated. And I'm thinking, look, I just updated every single driver, every single browser, um, the BIOS, I mean, everything. I went through everything on my computer, and it's basically a brand new PC. So, with Chromium, with Chrome based crap, and Explorer and whatnot. So, I wrote them and I wrote them, and then freaking Microsoft wouldn't even let me sign in. So they give me like two codes over the phone. They say enter your 4-digit code. They gave me a 5-digit one. So I tried like four of them. That's the wrong code. We sent you a code. So I put in like the first one they sent me, and um, that's not a code. I'm like, oh. So they were driving me crazy. So then I have to find other ways and other avenues to install the different programs that I need to be working, and going into HP and literally looking up the numbers for the freaking BIOSes and different drivers that I need. And I'm like, oh, drive me batty. But it's like one computer I rebuilt with the software, and I had to actually um, hook up some of the hardware and whatnot. But anyway, so I got it going for Doug, but I had to literally go through everything. I had a whole big tablet full of numbers and letters of different drivers and codes that went with that. And, oh, it was a freaking nightmare. But I finally got it done and up and running, and it's been an awesome machine. So, yeah. Anyway, that's a desktop. Works really good. So that's kind of what I've been doing in my spare time. It's just I like stuff when I go to punch a button, I want it to work. So anyway, these videos weren't working, so I wrote them, and I asked them on a video I was gonna watch a Robin. So I'm like, and it happened with one of Tony's too, but like the day before or something. And I asked them, do you ever answer people, or what's I told them this is what's going on. And then I didn't even put a question mark. I asked them two questions and just didn't even put a question mark. It's like, I have a brand new PC. My browsers are up to date. I don't know what's going on. Do you ever answer people? You know, something like that. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, I'm always happy anyway. So, but I still, it baffles me that people that know that um, when you try to make a relationship work, whether no matter who it is, and you're struggling, it amazes me that people, well, they only care about themselves. They'd never say, hey, I'm really sorry to hear that. So if anybody's going through something like that or been through something like that, I am really sorry to hear that. So anyway, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. See you soon.